I was just sitting here looking out my window. I forgot to close the window, so it's almost really, really freezing in here. You know what I mean. And I was thinking over past conversations with my sisters and me venting to them a lot since I've been here in 2 years. I can stop doing that now. I'm happy. Uh, and just rehashing conversations with about them and their children. Um, I did get pregnant at 27, and I was kind of scared. So she went back home, and I adopted 4 boys. Yeah, via YouTube. Lord only knows where they're at today. And just sometimes, especially on the days when I miss my mom a lot, I wish I would have treated my mom better. Now, of course, I don't want to hear your fucking shit. Obviously, if they were alcoholics or druggies or people, this isn't for you. Those of us who had a normal childhood where we got spanked and you know, non-blood drawing situations. I guess I was sick of my Facebook people. I showed a picture of a grandma spanking the little girl. See, and that's what caused me 20 years of therapy. Shut the fuck up. If you're that traumatic, keep scrolling. Obviously, this picture isn't for you. Nobody's talking about anything abusive. To me, that's not abusive. To swat your child on the ass. It's teaching them to respect their parents. Now, blisters and boils and weps and all that other stuff is a category altogether other. That's not abuse. That's a behavioral system. Okay? Now that we got that straight, we can move on, right? And listening to them, how they speak of and about their children, makes me always wonder, once or twice a year, how I would have been with mine. And of course, now that I see both sides, because you know my sisters still hate my mother. She been on the other side since 21, and they still have nothing good to say about our mother. Now, I did have a bad thing once in my entire life, and I did call my mama a bitch once in my entire life. Of course, I was grown and out of the house, so she couldn't kick me out. Well, because you know that one sister just isn't. Yeah, she decided to give her information just a day or two, I think, after her 42nd birthday that I felt inappropriate. She already is how she is, and you want to upset her apple cart by telling her the truth about something that happened 43 years ago? Why? I didn't talk to her for a whole month. I felt bad. I called, apologized, said that'll never happen again. I apologize. And young ones, if you watch my videos here, at some point in your life, I pray each of you sit down taking a nice long shit and remember, or just to ponder the thought. You know, your mom, dad probably had you at whatever age you might be right now. 16, 17, 18. I grew up around blacks and Mexicans. We were all grandmothers, by the time we were 30. So 30, 36, whatever, you know my point. Anywho, my point is all of us, no matter what age we are, I hope, I pray, at some point in life when you're sitting on the toilet taking a long shit, you can say to yourself, what if that was the best they could do? We never got. Okay, so in my family, unlike our next door family, there was 14 of them, and they got beat with whatever the parent got their hand on first. Yeah, I saw blood oozing out of their dresses and the boys their pants from being whipped with an extension cord. I'm not talking about that. If you had that experience, keep scrolling. We got whipped with a specific belt, usually 3 times. And that was if she was really mad, like when I said, I stomped my little, I don't know, 11-year-old foot and said, I don't want to do that. Because I saw my white girlfriend at her house. She did that, so I wanted to do that too. Not a good idea. Yes. Oh boy. As a matter of fact, I think that day was probably the first time I ever heard, you go outside and you get 3 limbs off your favorite tree out there, any limbs you want, and you bring them back. And I thought, ooh, we're going to do an art and craft supply. You see how slow I am now. You could imagine at 11, I was slower. Okay? I'm 63, still slow. I'm still behind the times. She braided them, she wet them, and she hit me so hard, I can still feel the tingle across my ass. We never got hit anyplace else. Okay, once she slapped me. I was sitting on the washing machine, so I must have been pretty small. And I said something about my stepsister. Whack. We don't do stepsister, stepbrother, step this. We don't do that in this house. That was it. Didn't hurt enough to cry. It hurt enough to teach me a lesson. So, I just wonder if many of you are like me and now remember they were once 16, 17, 18, and they did the best they could. That's it. They did the best they could at the time. Right now, you're older, they're older, they do different. But when you were, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, they did the best they could. They knew whatever, however old your mom or dad was then, they knew what a 36-year-old knew at the time. Of course, I was the end. I was the 7th baby out of 9, because she took on her other first husband's son, and she took on my father's son. So I say I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters. My sisters are like, that's crazy. Well, fuck you, bitch. I don't care what you say. Mama loved us all. That's my brother. And I don't remember exactly when I learned that lesson. It had to be around 42, because for me, 35 and 42 were world changers. And 56. I don't remember who screamed that in my ear when I was, oh God. Might not be able to shit, but at least I could pass gas. Thank you, Lord. Somebody yelled at me. She did her best. She was alive, so I told her. And yeah, now every now and then when I hear people talking about their parents and or children, I just am grateful. My mother, the father wasn't around, except on Sunday mornings, I guess, after he got laid. I didn't have all those other horrible, horrible experiences, though each of my sisters still say, oh, it was so bad. We didn't have enough food to eat. We had to sleep by the water heater. Blah, 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 blah. Well, it passed. You're fine now. You're a fucking millionaire. Shut the fuck up. Just be grateful. So to all the mothers and fathers, kudos to you for surviving. Keep on keeping on. Kudos to you.